I am going to be playing Time Traveling Dudes, which is the second of 4 two-page roleplay time travel games. It's theater of the mind, and it's funny. I emphasize that. Now, I may not be funny, but I'm sure you and your friends together will find your own dudum. Where's that from? Big Lebowski? Yeah. Time traveling Big Lebowski. That's about what it is. Let's see what we go over here. Now, two-page roleplay is exactly that. It's just 2 pages. The first page is everything you need to make a character in the game. The second page is everything you need to referee the game, including some extra tables on the bottom here, so you can do it on the fly. And that's what I'm going to do today. But I will be playing. Now, I've been accused of taking too many heroes in the game, so I'm just going to play a drag racer this time. And destined status, of course, and set up a farcical urgency emergency. Mine is going to be that I need some car parts, and I want vintage car parts, and I want authentic vintage car parts, and they got to be cheap, because who's got any money? So I'm going to try to get back to the 1960s and get some vintage car parts, but from there, things are going to go a little bit wrong. And so I'm going to be heading all the way back to the Decay of the Priest Kings. Now, this is the Time Traveler, Time Twister module, and I'll be using this mostly in referees mode so that I can just pick John bar hinges and automatically activate them. And instead of putting it in play mode where the player would have to initiate the John bar hinges and risk death and dismemberment. No, this is a fun game. I'm not going to be death and dismemberment, I hope. All right, I'm going to be playing a car parts guy. So let me go down to here, and I'm going to roll myself a d6. Do I have one? Single d6? A 3. All right, traveling dudes, 3. I'm going to defeat a historic boss and senseless stupid act. So I need a senseless stupid act, and I got to defeat a boss. Well, those are things that I can do up here as a drag racer. I can roll 2 dice and take the better, and because I'm destined, I get +1 to the dice on do something anything. And who is the person I'm going to... well, it would make sense since I'm all the way back in the Babylonian era, the Decay of the Priest Kings. I'm going to take on Hammurabi. So, Kumusabi Hammurabi. And... he's going to attack me with some cuneiform tablets, and I'm going to think, cuneiform? Well, that sounds a lot like maiden form. I didn't know these guys had invented the bra. And I'm going to roll on do something anything, and I'm going to roll 2 dice and take the better. Here come my 2 dice roll. A 4. A 4 becomes a 5. Now, it's going to be a little bit harder for me to just instantly win this. And I'm going to pontificate. If this happens again, I'm going to treat it as a 3. Now, I could roll 1 die as a drag racer up here and try to get my 4s, 5s, and 6s so that I would be able to change those numbers into the 6s, but by doing so I would add extra steps of stupid and senseless acts. And let's see if we can just mainstream this and get it in. 2 dice, taking the better, adding 1, got a pair of 6s. So with that pair of 6s there over on this table, I can mad skills. I can defeat a historic boss. I can gain either a senseless stupid act or figure stuff out step. You know, because I'm a drag racer. I'm a mechanic. You know, I'm used to practical things and practical ideas. You know, I'm like any of the casts of Grease, American Graffiti, and so I'm going to defeat the historic boss. There goes Hammurabi down. Now, I got to still get a senseless act. Now, I could roll 1 die up here, but there's a good chance that I'm going to add another senseless act by doing it. 2 dice, do you think I can roll that 6? Let me see if I can do it. 2 dice and get a 6. A 4. Well, what did we say? Now it's starting to get a little bit troublesome because I rolled a 5. My best die was a 4. Add 1 for destined status. Treat happens again. Treat as a 3. It's lame. Uh-oh, happen again, treat it as 1. Bummer. That could probably take me out of the actions and end the game. But we don't want to do that. I'm going to try a roll up here on resort to violence. 1 die. Looking for my best die. And I rolled a 3. Ooh, it's going downhill quick. A 3. I'm tipsy. Brought too much beer with me on the beer run here. And I will lose the 5. Well, I don't want to treat 5. No, I will lose the 4. I will lose my game face if I need it. 1 die again up on that table. I'm adding 1 to the die for destined status. A 2. A 2 becomes a 3. Wait a second, I cheat myself? I rolled a 3, plus 1 for destined status. I got myself a 4. Let's not cheat myself. I'm going to treat 4s this time as 6s. So 4s are 6s, and 6s are 6s. Now I roll the second die. I don't want to go back to here because I treat 4s and 6s. 2 dice, add 1, take the better. I think the odds are ever in my favor here. And I get a 3, but look at that. That 3, destined status, becomes a 4, and because I am 4, becomes a 6 from that resort to violence roll. Still back to playing the hero. I have then also gotten my senseless stupid act. Now, to get out of this era, I would go into referee mode here, and it's going to show you all the different John bar hinges that I can press on. And what did I decide to do? I think I'm going to, the potent idea, I'm going to introduce the 4-wheel chariot. The 4-wheel chariot to the Babylonians. They don't need any cuneiform. Let it all hang out, ladies. And I will push that button, and when I push that button, it's going to take me to another era. And suddenly I end up, where did I end up? I ended up in Lydia. Midas. Midas. Well, I don't need any mufflers. I'm looking for vintage car parts, and so Midas doesn't appeal to me. So let me take another roll over here. D6 roll. Here goes my D6. A 4. On my time-traveling dude table, I go to the bottom. A 4 on the second table, let's say. Gain a senseless, stupid act and move to the climax. Now I'm back into the situation where I'm no longer treating 5s as 3s or 3s as 1. I think I never got to that point of it. I went up to the other table. But it's a reset for the new event. I could roll up here on the senseless, stupid acts of violence. I could even roll here, but unfortunately, if I roll here as a drag racer, I'm going to take 2 dice and take the worst of them. See, I got a correction right here. That's all right. Everything can be corrected in post. I'm going to take my 2 dice and adding 1 on something, do something, anything. And if you're playing with a group, you're probably going to have 1 person of drag racer, 1 person who's a skater, 1 person who's a surfer. Each of you out for your own objectives. 2 dice, adding 1 for destined status. Don't even need it. I made my second act here. And then that'll allow me to come in here. What am I going to do from Midas? Got that Midas touch. I think I'm going to hit, what did I say? I was going to hit random forces, I believe. And that would take me over to the Viking era. I'm still trying to get up to someplace I can get my vintage car parts. And I'm going to talk to this guy, Simon Calhoun. Sounds a lot like Simon from American Idol. And these are NPC contacts. I could also try to get the Mycenae flute or the Telemachus aegis from the era. But I don't think I need either of those. Although that aegis, that would be pretty cool to put on the front ornament of my car. But I'm going to talk to Simon, and by talking to Simon, I'm going to get out of this situation. I might determine as a referee that if I would use my mad skills to talk to Simon, give me 2 dice and add 1. Is he going to fight me? I hope not. Look at that, 6s, 6s, 6s. So I got that. I got that conversation going. I convinced Simon to tell me what's going on here. He tells me the next step in the whole journey here is going to take you over to the Swedes. I think I hit, what did I hit for that? External threat from the Vikings again? Maybe. And I ended up in the Bikini Swedes. Yeah, that's a surfer thing. And I'm going to introduce the bikini to the Swedes. It seems like if they're going to have all those hot tubs, they might as well have bikinis as well. And from here, once again, let me give it a die roll. Do I want this table or this table? It's totally up to you. I'll take the first table this time. I'll just alternate back and forth. Comes a die roll of a 6. 1. What does a 1 tell me? Time traveling dudes, a 1. I need to defeat a D6 historic bosses. Ooh. There's a whole guard after me. 2. Whole guard of 2 after me. 2 of those bikini gals don't really care. Maybe the Muscovites are coming in here. Man, they are buzzkill, aren't they? And here comes my 2 dice. I'm going to try to defeat 2 guys. I'm probably going to go back briefly up to this table here and resort to violence. Give me a D6. A 4? Well, we're going to treat a 4 as a, by taking the modifier here so that we now can treat 4s as 6s, but it gives me an extra step, so I got to defeat 2 bosses, 2 of the Muscovites, and get a senseless, stupid act to get out of here. And rolling another die on that table. A 1. A 1 becomes a 2. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. A 1 becomes a 2. Kung Fool. Lose destined status until somebody performs a figure stuff out. Wow, that's going to be ugly. Well, I am down here and do something. I need to figure stuff out. Here comes my die roll. Is that going to be it for my drag racer? A 2. Now, a 2, I lost my destined status, so I just got a 2. And a 2, am I supposed to roll 2 dice on that table? I am, technically. How about a 2 and a 2? Now, a 2 on this table, no destined status, is select any result from any table. Well, I'm gonna take a Zen Weedle roll here, and that Zen Weedle is going to give me a figure stuff out, and the figure stuff out is going to give me my destined status back. You know, some people have looked at these tables and said, wow, they've been very dismissive of it. Hey, I can take it. I'm a big boy. But they really have some cleverness to them as you go back and forth. And certainly I've probably run about 10, maybe 20 sessions using similar mechanics like this. And I've also got other videos online showing me just running solo play with them. No, it's not a full-blown role-play game. I'm trusting you as the game master, referee, to be able to fill in the details, especially with time travel, because it would be overly cumbersome to write a set of rules trying to define the historic connections, although I do have, as I said, that Excel-driven macro program. So out of the Moscovites I go, and where did I end up? Look at that. I finally end up with NATO, the Warsaw Pact. Should I save Kennedy here? Nah, I think we're going to call it quits there. And let's get out of the Vikings, and I'm more of a Raiders fan, and more later.